Welcome to Landco. Today we're going to talk a bit about technology and specifically the area of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is really a form of syndication. There have been many different ways of raising capital over the years, and because of the Jobs Change Act in 2012 and the emergence of various technologies, the idea of crowdfunding has become popular amongst some. When it comes to real estate, it's extremely important to understand the distinction between a crowdfunding opportunity in real estate and the real estate itself. And what we've seen here is a flood to the market with technology-oriented people trying to do what technology-oriented people do, and that is bring efficiencies to what would otherwise be considered a legacy type run market. In the case of real estate, it's very important to understand the distinction between the technology and the actual real estate dealings itself. They're very different elements, and just because one is new and works well does not guarantee in any way that the actual real estate underpinning the opportunity is going to perform as would be suggested or hoped for. Small investors have not typically had access to real estate investments in the commercial sector because they may not have the resources to go into them. But when crowdfunding can present these kinds of opportunities to small investors, it's understandable that the intrigue and the interest is there. The important thing to understand is because something is promoted on a crowdfunding site, it does not mean that the opportunity itself is necessarily a good or a bad one. It just means that it's been promoted on a crowdfunding site. In many cases, this would be the case because the people attempting to raise money for the investment cannot go to the institutional sources or have run into headwinds raising the money privately and are resorting to crowdfunding as a source to provide capital. May or may not be a good thing, but worth considering. What's extremely difficult to understand on crowdfunding potential projects is the due diligence processes as well as the nature of the underlying people running the investment, and so it becomes necessary for the investor through the site to rely on the crowdfunding group to endorse, if you will, the investment as being safe or good or what have you. What we would suggest is heightened awareness, not that crowdfunding is a good or a bad thing, it just is, and it comes along with its own benefits and disadvantages. Take a careful look. Thanks for joining Landco.